Hi everyone, this is your girl Oluwatoyi Omotayo, the founder of the Olanike Omopariola Foundation, also known as Two Foundation, a foundation that advocates against domestic and gender-based violence in Nigeria and globally. Welcome to our YouTube channel again. We've done the part one of this video, where we were talking about protective and restraining orders, and we stopped at why people lost interest in pursuing their matters or applying for a restraining order in case where they've been threatened, harassed, talked, or in they're in imminent danger, yes, of abuse. And we were talking about that, and I was highlighting that delays in our justice system, yes, it could be very, 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 very discouraging. Yes, it could be frustrating. you know I remember while I was in law school during a court attachment, then I was with the high courts in Lagos State, Ikeja precisely. And I remember we had cases that has been in court for 12, 14, 15, 20 years. Yes, even some lawyers, they've changed lawyers, they've done everything and all that. Yes, so it could drag sometimes. Yes, it could. I understand that our judicial system, our legal system sometimes, they kind of encourage stuff like that, the excesses of lawyers, and for some reason that we can't really explain. But that shouldn't deter you. You should be a fighter, because if you want it, there's this saying that Tino Baton Lowo, Tejo Baton Tino Baton Lowo, Eche Okinton Lash or something, Econo, that kind of thing. It means that you can't stay calm when you still have things to fight for. Your life cannot be in danger, your life cannot be at risk, and you're saying you're tired already, you're giving up. You can't give up. You have to keep fighting. And in the previous video, we talked about how you can actually get protection from the police, which is the interim one. During the Instagram live chat, somebody asked if getting the protection is a right or privilege, and I'll tell you it's a right. No one should live in fear in their country at all. Anywhere you are in your country, protection is a right, not a privilege. Also, someone asked if police can grant protection. Of course, but that would be very interim. And they asked if protection, this protective orders or restraining orders, if it could be interim or permanent. And I explained that initially, because it's an order that you apply for ex parte, right? So if you come with your evidence and stuff, the court will grant it, because at that point the court is in the belief that your life is actually at risk, and the court is interested in protecting you at that point in time. And over time, the other party will have to show proof why that order should be lifted. So yes, it could be interim and it could be permanent. If the person violates that kind of order, the next protective order that will come will be a very permanent one and more stringent. Yes, and violating it is a criminal offense. It's not civil. If you violate a restraining order, you have committed a crime. Yes, and you could be liable to go to jail or pay some fine or both, depending on what the law talks about. And I also talk about the VAP, that is the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act 2015 of Nigeria. Please acquaint yourself with these laws. Know your rights. Just know your right. It costs nothing. Nigerians, we are just complacent. We're just there. We're not even interested in knowing it. You think the lawyer will not eat because you know your rights? No, the lawyer will eat. We have other things to do. But at least there are things you can know to prevent yourself from being harmed or being cheated, right? So if you Google the VAP, it's going to bring it out. It's a very unambiguous law, very straightforward. Prescribe the crime and the consequences for it directly. There is no point in, they didn't do wordplay at all. Very clear, very unambiguous. So please get yourself acquainted with it. And it is, I think, the only law in Nigeria that recognizes psychological abuse and verbal abuse. Yes, these are the kind of abuse you may not even be able to prove in courts. You won't be able to prove it. I don't think, oh, boom, he said my head is not correct, so I cannot sleep. The judge may even be looking at it like, do you know what you're saying, right? But thanks to the VAP now, you can actually prove that. You can put that into consideration and into the evidence you're presenting to the court. Also, we talked about if how survivors can apply for these orders, and we say yes, you can apply by yourself. but it's not usually advisable. You know, these things are obtainable in theory most of the time, but in practice, it is advisable you get a lawyer. In case you cannot afford a lawyer, please approach the NGOs, approach legal aid to help you. NGOs like mine, of course, we can help you secure a restraining order or direct it to another NGO or another body that can help you. Yes, don't die in silence. Don't keep it up to yourself alone at all. And we talked about the kind of evidence that will be helpful to, and what if the survivor has no physical evidence or proof to get a restraining order. I will say it again. Have proof. You know the person you're living with. You know the person you're dealing with. The signs are becoming obvious all the time. Document it. Document everything. You see all those chats, text messages that you exchange. In case you will delete it from WhatsApp, screenshot it before you will delete it. Save it. See, the place of evidence in law, in courts, it cannot be overemphasized. It makes your work easier. It makes it like with solid evidence, a lawyer can, we're not trained to assure people that, oh, I will win your case. But in certain cases, a lawyer can be very, very, positive that you will have a good day in the court. Yes. So please document it. Of course, you are emotional, you are crying too, you cannot even remember where your phone is or anything. You see, your resilience must come to play. You know the situation you are, your resilience must come to play. So instead of just sitting there crying, pity partying, start collecting evidence. Collect evidence. And it's going to save you a lot in court. You don't just be talking, and the other lawyer will just poke holes in your story during cross-examination. But with solid evidence, of course, and introducing it to the court in the right way, everything will be fine. So, yes, messages, calls, emails, medical reports, photos, witnesses, or diary entries. In case of no proof, of course, testimony will still matter. And court recognizes private abuse. Of course, courts understand that, okay, you guys were fighting in the house, you don't have a picture, you don't have a video. But trust me, if you can get it, please do get it. I saw a video of a lawyer who normally abuses his wife physically, and she did not have proof. Obviously, for her to have set up that camera, maybe they've asked her for proof that she couldn't provide. And this particular day, she just kept the camera up on the ceiling, and the man, in his usual self, abused the woman, hit her several times. The video was too gory. I couldn't even finish it. But she got her evidence. So yes, try. So there are times you have to be strong just to get the right thing. It's not because you are not feeling the pain, but because to get complete freedom, total freedom, you need to fight it, get evidence. So the court will say listen to you, but sometimes let me tell you what happens in court with evidence. The weight they attach to each evidence matters, right? So you can talk. Of course, maybe you have one person to collaborate with you, it's okay. But the way they will attach to that such evidence may not be as much as the way they will attach to it if it's a photo proof, if it is a medical reports or calls or emails or messages that we can see. And we talked about advice to you if you're watching us right now and you feel trapped or unsure where to go or where to begin. I'll tell you, start small. Yeah. Start small. Talk to someone you trust. Reach out to a support organization. Learn your rights and put your safety first. Yes. I wrote them down because I don't want to forget them. Start small. Talk to someone you trust. Reach out to a support organization like ours. Learn your rights and put your safety first. And that will bring us to the end of this video. Thank you very much. We are so grateful that you're joining us. If you have not followed us or subscribed to our YouTube channel, this is a very good opportunity for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to put all the address under this video for you to see. Follow us on our YouTube platforms and visit our website and see how you can be part of this advocacy. Thank you very much. Until next time, it's still me, your girl, Oluwatoyin Omotayo. Bye.